Hello everyone. The lesson today will cover decimals and its operations, and we will cover it over paper 1 and paper 2 and how the problems come, and we will revise what we studied before and what we studied this year about decimals, okay? First, from paper 1, you can find a question like this, which is very easy question actually. And this is the meaning of decimal. The meaning of decimal is a fraction. Decimal is a fraction. Its denominator is 10 or 100 or 1000 and so on. So any decimal number is a fraction. Okay? Its denominator is 10 or 100 or 1000 or so and so on. So how to write 23 divide 1000? We can consider it like the following: 23 over 1000. Okay, if we divide by 1000, we move the point 3 decimal point to the left-hand side. Okay, where is the decimal point? Actually, it's always, as we said before, beside the ones digit. Let's put it inside 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. Nothing here, so we'll put 0 and point 0. Okay, so the number can be written as 0.023, which is very easy actually. Most of you know it. Okay, what else he can ask me in paper 1 about question like this? Again, remember, paper 1, you don't have to use the calculator. It must not be used. So you must use your mind. So here, as a question like this, if you use your calculation if you calculate it by your hand, you lose a lot of time. But you can consider it as an equation for a question like this one. Equation like what? He gives you a fact from the beginning. The fact says that 34 multiply 1.2 equal 40.8. It's a fact. We are sure about it, okay? But he needs you to show in the first question, number A, to show you how he get it, by work out or by make the steps, make it with the steps. Okay, let's start. How to multiply any two decimal number or a whole number with a decimal number or decimal with decimal and so on. First of all, consider the decimal as a fraction. As I told you before, I can write 34 multiply 2 over 10. Yes, I can write it as 12 over 10 because we can. Okay, so I can multiply first 34 by 12, then divided by 10, which means we will move the point one place. So it's easy actually to multiply 34 by 10, so 34 by 12, sorry, multiply 12 equal 2 times 4, 8, 2 times 3 is 6, put 0, don't forget the 0 for the tens. 1 times 34 is 34. So adding 8, 0 and carry up 1, it will be 4, okay? And don't forget that we need to divide it by 10. So we will move the point one place, so the answer will be 40.8, which is as the fact exactly. He need to see in this question, I need to see your work out, okay? As I told you, we are in paper 1. It's not allowed to use a calculator, okay? Second question, from this fact, from the fact of number A, write down the values for these ones. Actually, write always the equation inside your eye, okay? You must see the equation only, the fact, which is this number, okay? Okay, I need to see it. Yes, what happened here? Actually, he moves the point one place in 34, which means he divided by what? He divided by 10. To move the point one place inside, we divided by 10. To make the equation balanced, you must do what you did in the left-hand side, you must do it in the right-hand side. So in the left-hand side, he did what? He divided by 10 in the left-hand side. So in the right-hand side, we must divide by 10 too. If we divide by 10, we will move the point one place. So the last answer to be to make the equation balance it, you must divide by 10 too. So the number will be 4.08. Because I noticed the left-hand side. He moved a point for 30, instead of writing 34, he write it as 3.4. How did he do it? He divide by 10 to move the point one place. So I will do is the same in the right-hand side. Okay? This is what happened. Let's see what happened in number double I. Okay? I think he multiply 34 by 10. So second one, he will multiply 34 by 10. Yes. To make it 340. And he divide at the same time 1.2 by 10 to move the point one place to be 0.12. So he multiply by 10 and divide by 10, which means what? He did nothing. Okay, let's do the same for the left-hand side. We will multiply by 10 and divide by 10, as we did exactly in the right-hand side. Okay, multiply by 10, divide by 10. So nothing. 10 divided 10 is 1. You did nothing. So the number will remain as it is. Okay? This is how to calculate it. Okay? Last one. Okay, you have to be intelligent in this one. 34 become now what? 17. What happened to 34? It divided by 2. Okay. We divided by 2. So divide here by 2. This is first. Okay. And then what happened to 1.2? It become 12. Become 12 means we multiply it by what? By 10 to move the point to the right-hand side. So we multiply by 10, divide by 2, and multiply by 10. We will make the same for the left-hand side. Multiply by 10 and divide by 2. The same. Okay. When we multiply it by 10, it will be 408, because we will move the point one place. Yes? Yes. Okay. Now, divide by 2. 408 divide 2, it will be 204. This is, by simple way, is the answer. Okay? Okay, let's move to another question. This last question is common question, so take care about it. You'll find it many times in the past paper. Okay. This is a circle. He want to examine you. Do you know how to divide and multiply decimals? Okay. The best way to solve a question like this is to write it as a fraction. How? Actually, 400, I will start from the known number, and I will follow the error. Okay. What happened? We divide it by 4,500, divide by 0.01. If you write it in the form of fractions, the decimal in the form of fraction, it will be easy for you. So we can write it as 4,500 divide. Instead of writing 0.01, it's hundredths. We call this number hundredths, which means 1 over 100. Okay? In case of dividing a number, we do what in the fraction? Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So keep the first, it will be 4,500. Change the sign, it will be multiply instead of divide. Flip 100 over 1. If we multiply them together, so you will add to 0 for 4,500. Add to 0 again, 0, 0. That's it. Okay. If I want to multiply the result, by the way, if you get a wrong result here, the following will be wrong. So take care about your first answer. Okay, let's multiply. Multiply 4,500, multiply 10 to the power negative 4. Actually, 10 to the power negative 4 means that we can write it as a fraction too. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, multiply 1 over 10 to the power 4, which means 4, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, multiply 1 over, we will repeat the 0 4 times, and in this case, 4 zeros will go with 4 zeros here. So the remaining will be 45 over 1, which is 45. Okay. 45 multiply 10, 450. By easy way. Okay? To make sure about the last answer, okay, let's divide. So 450 divide 10 to the power negative 1 means 1 over 10 to the power 1. Keep change flip. So 450 multiply 10 over 1, which will equal 4,500. Yes, the same answer. We are right. Okay? We confirm about ourselves. Okay? Another question from paper 1 about how to multiply and divide decimal numbers. And take care, you can't use a calculator in paper 1. Okay. To solve the grid, okay, the grid can be written, you can find the grid by many ways, with decimal numbers, with fractions, with whole numbers. But you must know what is the steps. Actually, I have, in the grid, I have row and column. And an operation here. The operation says multiply. Okay. So, we will start from here, from any known row or column. Okay. 0.3 multiply 8. So, they will meet together where? Here. So the answer is supposed to be here. Okay? This is how to use the multiplicative grid. Okay? Okay. 0.3 multiply 8. As I told you, to be easy to multiply decimal to get with a number, okay? Write it as a fraction. So it's 8 multiply 0.3. I can write it 8 multiply 3 over 10. So it's 8 multiply 3 over 10. 8 multiplied 3 is 24. Over 10 means we will move the point one place, so it will be 2.4. So the answer here will be 2.4. Okay, the same. 0.3 multiply 0.2. Okay. Again, we can write it as 0.3 multiply 0.2. So you can write it as 3 over 10 multiply 2 over 10, which means 2 times 3, 6. 10 times 10, 100. So we'll move the point to place, 1, 2, and put 0 here, 0.0, so it will be 0.06. So the answer here, with this one, multiply this one, will give you 0.06, okay? Okay, we finish this row. To finish the second row, I must have this number, but I don't know. But he gave me a fact from the grid. So what is the opposite operation of multiply? Is divide. So if I divide this number by this number, okay, so it will give me what? It will give this number. If you want to work with the opposite, okay, direction, you will opposite the sign. The opposite of multiply is division. So we will divide, because we consider what? The question mark here, multiply 8 will give you 6.4. Yes? So to get the question mark here, you must divide the result, divide the factor here, because it one of the factor, okay? Divide it, so it will be 6.4 divide 8. 6 divided 8 can't be, so it will be 0, okay? And put the point, because it's written here. 64 divided 8 is 8. So the answer is supposed to be 0.8, okay? Let's move from here. Multiply 0.2. So 0.8 multiply 0.2 will be 8 over 10 multiply 2 over 10. 2 times 8, 16 over 10 times 10, 100. So it will be 0.16, so 0.16. Okay, this is how to use the grid, okay? And also how to multiply decimal. We already explained it. How to divide decimal. We already explain it together, okay? So just practice more to cover this kind of questions. What about paper 2? If he asks me about decimal in paper 2, how he will ask me about it? Question like this in paper 2. He will ask for multiplying and dividing, but you can use the calculator, by the way. But actually, before you use the calculator, you must know that we have a rule which is called bed mass. Bed mass, we will explain it in another lesson, okay? But we have to follow it here. The bed mass says the bracket is more powerful than adding and subtracting. So we will finish first what inside the bracket by adding the decimal. You can use the calculator too. So also it's easy. 2 plus 5 is 7. What's the point? 3 plus 6 is 9. So first number. And the relation here is what? Between the two brackets? Yes, multiply. Okay, let's subtract 6.5 minus 3.2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 times minus 3 is 3. So it will be multiplied 3.3. You must write this step because this is your workout, okay? Even if you use the calculator, okay? Then, multiply them together, you'll get the number by using calculator. Actually, 32.01, which is the last answer, okay? Another question in paper 2 about word problem. And we will use the decimal operations to cover it. Carlos needs 5 liters of paint. A 1 liter tin of paint costs 1.45 US dollar. To buy 1 tin, okay, with 1 liter. But he needs 5, okay? A 5 liter tin costs 6. What do you think? It's better for him is to buy 1 tin of 5 liter or 5 tins of 1 liter. Okay, actually we need to calculate to see which one will save with him, okay? Second one is clear. 5 for 6. 5 liter, 1 tin of 5 liter for 6. What about the first one if he take it by liters only? So we have to multiply actually. We have to multiply. 5 multiply 1.45. By using your calculator, you can find it directly. Okay, but I will work out it with you. So we can write 1.45 multiply 5. 5 times 5, 25. 5 and carry up 2. Okay. Then 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2. 22. So it will be 2 and carry up 2. Okay. Put the point. Yes. Then 1 times 5 is 5. Plus 1 is 7. So if he buy it by 1 liter tin, it will cost him 7.25. And this is not the answer. Because he asking for what? How much does Carlos save when he buy a 5 liter tin? He will save how much? So we will subtract. In this case, we need to subtract to know the amount of saving money. Okay? So 7.25 minus 6 US dollar, which will equal 1.25. To do it by yourself too, you must do the following. 7.25 minus, how to write as 6 here? Actually, 6 has a decimal point here. Yes? So we will write 6 in the one digit and the others will be 0. Subtract 5, 2.7 minus 6 is 1. So you can write it by your hand, or actually in paper 2 you can use the calculator in the direct way. Okay? And that's it for this lesson. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. See you. Bye.